Good morning, and welcome to the Brenda Perryman Show right here on TV 33, WHPR, Comcast 91, 90 in Detroit, and all over the world, courtesy of the World Wide Web. And of course, you could download our app, WHPR TV Now. That's our app. And I have a great two shows for you this morning. My second show at 10 is featuring Foodie. Foodie is back. We didn't finish our conversation last month, so he's back again. So stay tuned for that. We have also in our second segment this morning on this show, I have Juicing with Jay, and also I have my first guest, extremely talented vocalist, Renee King Jackson. Good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
How are you?
I'm great. I am great.
Yes.
I'm doing great.
You know, God is good.
He is good all the time.
And we are here talking about great benefit that's going to be going on.
Yes. Al McKenzie. We're calling it the Al McKenzie Love-a-thon.
Now, for those who don't know who Al McKenzie is, why don't you tell them on your side, and I'll tell them on my side.
Well, you know, I've known Al since Northwestern. He was in high school with Ernie Rogers, who was his teacher and mentor. And I've known him all these years. And he is just a phenomenal, a brilliant musician, pianist. And he is not boastful. He's not arrogant. I would say many times that he would go and come from Europe somewhere and then come right to my gig where I was paying a little bit of money.
This is his picture up here.
Yeah, a brilliant artist. He also was a mentor. Teddy Harris Jr. was his
right. Teddy
mentor.
Sent him overseas.
Yes.
Like at 18 years old, because Teddy couldn't go.
Yes.
And he had to be the band director.
That's right. And Martha Reeves.
Martha Vandellis.
Yeah. Felt that confident about him, and he's just a wonderful guy who has come upon a terrible illness that we're trying to support him in, and so that's about Al. Yeah.
Well, I met Al standing in a line at a hotel in Cleveland.
No.
That's how I met Al. It was about 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago, I was standing in line at a hotel in Cleveland. I had gone over there to meet Donna Richardson, and so we were just standing in line. Donna Richardson at the time was married to Tom Joyner, and Aretha was going to be performing, and Donna had been working Aretha out, because Donna's fitness expert, and Aretha was appearing in Cleveland that weekend. Okay. So she said, Brenda, meet me over in Cleveland. I did. And so I'm standing in line, and this guy was behind me. He had dreads, and I had just, dreadlocks, and I had just started growing mine. And, you're standing in line, you just say, I said, so where are you from? He said, Detroit. I said, me too. I said, why don't I know you? And so that's how we met.
Really?
And then he recorded some of my poetry, but more so than that, we just became great friends, always talking about working together. And 3 years ago, we worked together on a play that I wrote called, Gray Matter.
Yes.
Because he came to me, he said, Brenda, I want to do a play about an interracial family. And I said, okay. He did the music, I did the play. And our plans this year was to bring back the play and then do another play, because he was thinking of the premise he wanted me to write this year. And also he would give these concerts over at the Steinway Center.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I was his host.
Yes.
I was the MC for those concerts and all. And he just worked so hard and just prolific in his playing.
Absolutely.
And I did some poetry for a little presentation he had at over at a church in Southfield in December. And he had been kind of struggling then.
Yes,
He
yes,
thought
yes.
he had pulled a muscle.
That's right.
He
That's
thought
right.
he had pulled a muscle, but it ended up it was a brain tumor.
Yes.
And excuse me.
Yeah, I know. It when he had called me maybe about a couple of weeks before he went into the hospital, and he said, my hand's been aching
Yeah.
and and he thinks, I don't know why, he thinks I know everything. I thought maybe I'd call you, tell me some kind of herb to take. I said, yeah, right. And we kind of laughed it off, but he wasn't feeling just right.
Right, right.
And then when you hear this, it
Let's
takes you
also
back.
tell him he has a school of music.
He has a school of
and
music.
teaching piano. He had other artists who were teaching trumpet
bass.
and bass and all of that.
Yes,
Racy
yes.
Biggs was teaching there.
Yes, Ibrahim Jones,
Right.
the great bassist, and he was always for children.
Always.
He-
He would send students to Interlochen
Yes,
every year.
yes.
Every year.
Yes, yes. So he was always fighting for children in the arts because as you know, it's not that much happening
Right.
for a lot of the children in the inner city who can really get a heads up on music. And he also had a program where the kids would come on Sunday
to Bakers.
Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
they could kind of show off what they were learning,
little jam sessions
Yeah, have
and
little
all
jam
that.
sessions, and some of the seasoned musicians would come in and play with the young people, and he's been wanting to get back to that. He says, "Oh, if I could just get up those stairs to get
Yes.
get to the school, So we're trying to support him, and we thank all those who have been sending well wishes and prayers and your contributions.
Because he had to stop doing his work.
He had to stop working, and that's hard.
It's so hard for someone who works all the time
Yeah.
to have to stop. And
Because he's been working pretty much
All
of his life because
Yes.
his mom was a pianist at Tabernacle with Reverend Sampson.
Yeah.
And he kind of played at
Yeah.
Tabernacle for a while. I mean, he
Wow.
was very young then.
Wow. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. And just a good person, very good person. And he's going to get better,
He
but
is.
it's going to take a while. So I always say you were the inceptor of this. Friends of Al McKenzie, a love-a-thon.
I love a thon. Mike Cady called me. He said, "Did you hear about Al?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, we got to do something about that." He said, "Well, why don't we have?" I said, "Why don't we?" I said to him, "Why don't we have people come and have a concert and we raise money for him?" He said, "Yeah, let's call it a love-a-thon." And I said,
Right.
"That is a perfect." That's just perfect for who he is and what he represents, because he always shows love. There is not one thing that I can think of out of all the years that I've known him that I would say, Al, I need such and such when you need it.
Yeah.
And it would be there. So he was just always showing love. So Love-a-thon is that's just a great title for what we're doing.
Right, right.
June
Sunday,
June
June
30th.
30th. Yes, at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. We're going to have a formal program, and we're going to start exactly at 6 because we're pretty much on a time schedule.
Right.
And so we're going to have a formal program, and then we're going for about an hour and a half. So if you're late, you missed it. And then we're going to move right into Jameson Hall, which is just adjacent to the sanctuary.
Well, tell them
And
where it is. It's St. Matthew's and St. Joseph's.
St. Matthew, St. Joseph's Episcopal Church, 8850 Woodward, and that's between Holbrook and King Street. So if you know where Reverend Holly's church, Little Rock, you just come down 2 doors, and there's this church, which is St. Matthew, St. Joseph's, right next door to the Considine, the old Considine.
Right, right.
And between Holbrook and King Street.
And let's not forget, I forgot to tell you, when I did meet Al, at that point, he was music director for the Temptations. Yes, that's when I met him. He also, for a short time, this is when we were working on the play, he was music director for Aretha. And he just always stayed busy. But, you know, what was so great about working with him, we both stayed in our own lane. We did. We worked so well together. I mean, very rarely do you find someone you can work so well with.
Yeah.
You know, and let's talk about some of the people. This is a concert and jam session of love.
Yes.
And Bill Meyer, the great pianist, he's there. Dolores Harris, singer Dolores Harris.
You.
Well,
You will be there.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
And
Kamal Kenyatta.
yes,
Kamal's coming from California.
Good, good. And Kimmy Horn.
Yes.
Ramona Collins. Martha Reeves will be there.
Sandra Bomar.
Sandra Bomar. And Sandra and I have worked together before. I just love her.
Yeah.
And
Michael Cady.
oh yes, Michael Cady. Yeah, I saw her.
And Robert McCarthy.
MacArthur. Yes.
MacArthur.
Yes.
Robert MacArthur.
It's so funny. His wife was in a playwriting class at
she still does that.
the Rep. And last year when they had the little playwriting workshop where we actually did 10 minutes of a play.
Oh,
I directed hers. I directed hers. I directed her.
I hear she's very good.
Yeah, she's good. She's funny. I mean, the play was funny. Yeah, so those are just some of them. I mean,
And we're just asking all our musical brothers and sisters to come out and support this, and come ready to jam.
absolutely.
Bring your acts with you, you know, and we're just going to have a great time.
And afterwards, there's a jam session.
Yes, the jam session will take place in Jameson Hall.
Jameson Hall, right.
Where there's going to be food and beverage, and we're just going to have a good time, and you'll be able to interact with each other, and we're just going to have a party.
Have a great time.
Yeah.
Tickets are only $40. And online, if you want to get them, Love-a-thon, and there's a hyphen between
Yes.
Love-a-thon hyphen tickets at Eventbrite, right?
Yes.
Or you could call Al's organization that's in Accord. That's 313-656-8941.
Or you can call 313-740-0161 if you want to be on will call, because the tickets are very, very limited tickets. We can only get 300 in the church.
Right.
So, you know, those who have tickets, of course, first come, first serve. But so we
give that number again for the will call.
313-740-0161. What this does is ensure you that you have a ticket, because if you get there and there are no more tickets, that means that we're to capacity, and the church will, you know, not allow more than 300 in the sanctuary.
I know this is going to sell out. So, you know, Renee King Jackson, that is her. That's whose phone number that was.
Yes.
Also, I have tickets also.
Yes.
And we're both on Facebook. If you want the tickets, just let us know.
I have no more tickets.
Oh, you have no?
I have no more tickets.
Oh, wow.
But like Robert, I think Robert MacArthur has 2 tickets left, and Mike has 5 tickets. There's some tickets that are kind of still out there, and if they call me, then I will find someone who has tickets, and then I will confirm that you're on will call.
Right. And see, with Al, he has mentored so many young people, so many, amidst his busy schedule, and he's been really someone they could look up to, someone they could model after.
Absolutely.
And his lovely wife is a singer extraordinaire.
Yes, she
Penny
is.
Penny Wells is his
Yes.
wife. And this is just going to be so good. This is going to be full of entertainment. It's on the 30th, which is a Sunday, the last day of this month.
Yes.
But we're trying to get those tickets. We have them ready for everybody now. So just wanted to let you know. Also, there's going to be, you're going to start off emceeing too and singing?
I don't know if I'm gonna. My plan at first was to sing, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that because maybe in the jam session I may be able to, but there's the governor is sending some recognition,
Right,
and the
right.
city and the state senate. And so I'm looking at all this list, and I'm saying, "Oh, wait, I've got to put some other people in, like
Right.
to sing." So I may not be able to, but
I forgot
I will
that
try
takes
to.
time.
That takes time.
That
yeah.
takes a little bit of time.
That
yeah.
takes time, but so necessary. So I'm not. To me, I'm not the. I don't have to sing.
Right.
For that, but if we have some time and when we do in jam session
Right,
or whatever,
right,
then I may sing. But I'm hoping.
And we definitely invite singers to come on and participate in that jam session. Al is such a good person. He's been on the show several times, and he's been on the show with young people. And like I say, a very good friend who's, life attacks you at different times. Things can come. But, we see how strong we are, It's just lovely. I got to see him when he was in the hospital too, and hold on. We have a call.
Okay.
Good morning. Hello. They hung up. I hope I did that right. My producer's not here, so I'm answering the phones today. Everybody. But I try if that person could call back.
But please do call for your will call if you do not already have a ticket. And that number again is 313-740-0161. And of course, Eventbrite is still, you can still call Eventbrite.
Can they
and get
just
your
on
tickets.
Eventbrite put Loveathon in? Oh, here's a call. I hope
Okay.
I'm doing this right.
All right.
Good morning. Hello. Am I doing something? Call back. Call back. I'm gonna try this other thing. Oh, I'm gonna try this other thing.
Don't look at me. I am not techie. I am not a techie at all.
Right. So Tim,
You gonna do it? Okay.
Tim is there. So if you
Yay,
call
Tim.
back, he'll get it. He will get it. We have about 5 more minutes. So
And Brenda, you said you still have tickets.
yeah, I still,
Yes.
but some of them are already doled out. They've already doled out because people have called me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I said, oh, gee, I got to hold these tickets. But I do have a few. So just contact me on Facebook. I don't block it to just friends. I have a public Facebook page, which may not be that good, but I do have a public Facebook. I just want to show this poster. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. But
The artwork is very nice.
it's wonderful. I mean, and like I said, Kimmy Horn. I mean, Ramona Collins. If you haven't heard, she's from Toledo. She
Yes.
is bad to the bone, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
And Martha, who's known Al basically since she was just,
He was about 15 or 16
yeah,
years
yes,
old.
yes,
Yeah.
very much so. So, listen, Renee, what we're going to do, we're going to call this to a close, and then I'm going to
Okay.
learn to work the phone. And even if you have a question about it, you can still call me. I will answer, right? And remember, let me go through this list again.
Okay.
Bill Meyer, Dolores Harris, Ibrahim Jones, Kamal Kenyatta, Kimmy Horn, Martha Reeves, Michael Cady, Ramona Collins, Renee King Jackson, Robert MacArthur, and my friend Sandra Bomar, and many more. So this is exciting. This is wonderful. Anything we could do for Al McKenzie. I mean, someone who, this is a good news man. You know, this is a good news man, a positive person in the community. So, okay, what we're going to do, you're going to be hanging around.
I
So,
will.
if you want to call her, she's going to be around. Call her at 313-740-0161 if you want a ticket. Okay? All right, so we'll be back in just a few minutes with Juicing with Jay.
Now you can watch WHPR TV 33 on Fire Stick. Catch all of your favorites. Stay informed. Don't miss a minute of your favorite talk shows. Call, text, tweet, post. WHPR TV 33 is worldwide on Fire Stick. For more information, go to FirestickTVNetwork.com or call us at 313-868-6612. WHPR TV 33, a Watkins Broadcasting Company.
I am back, I am back, I am back. I am so excited to talk to this young lady. I'm sure you've seen her here before, not on my show, but you've seen her here. This is Jay. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm just so good. I want to find out about juicing. I've always wanted to find out about juicing. But why don't you give us a quick definition of it, and then we're going to go to a little biographical stuff and find out how you started it, okay?
Awesome. Okay, so I'm juicing with Jay, and pretty much I sell products that are juiced and blended. And when you're juicing fruit and vegetables, you're pretty much putting whole fruits in a juicer and is extracting the juice from it. And so that's how you get this juice. This is something that I brought you today, an apple ginger juice. So a couple apples went into the juicer and the ginger, and then the juice from it got this juice for you.
Oh, wow. And tell me one health benefit, and then we're going to go to the biological, because I know there are more than one.
Oh, there's several healthy benefits to getting natural juice. It's not manipulated. It's just actual fruit that has been put into a juicer, so it's no preservatives in it, nothing that's going to allow it to sit on a shelf for a year, which is something that you don't want.
No.
And so all the nutrients from the actual fruit you're going to get right away, because it's juice is going right into the bloodstream.
Okay, so how did you get involved in this? First, tell us a little about you. You're born in Detroit?
I am a native Detroiter. I was born in the 48208 Zone 8 zip code.
Where's that?
That is like Lawton and McGraw area.
Oh, okay.
I went to Northwestern High School.
The Big N.O.?
The Big N.O. Yes, Woolward
I
Elementary.
wanted to go there so bad. I lived in the '06, you know, in
Okay.
the '04.
Oh, okay, right
Yeah,
across the way from us.
Yes, but
Okay.
I wanted to go to Northwestern so bad because girls on my street went to Northwestern, and then the girl 2 doors down was a cheerleader. I said,
wow.
oh my God, the Big N.O. It just was so hype. And, but I went to a little Catholic school.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny because my grandmother sent her boys to Northwestern, and then the girls got on the McGraw bus and went down to Chassis. Why, I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah.
Wow. So then after high school?
After high school, I went to, I was registered to go to Ferris, had my dorm and all of that good stuff, and had a boyfriend and didn't want to leave, and you know how that goes. So I ended up going to WC3, getting my associate's degree, and then went over to Central Michigan, got my bachelor's degree, and then got my master's, and now I'm in a doctoral program.
Oh, in what?
Public health.
Oh, great.
Yeah, initially, because I have a master's in psychology, I was going for the doctoral psychology program. But once I started juicing with Jay, and my business did so well, servicing over like, I think my first year I did like 2,000 transactions.
Oh.
And so I was like, okay, people are really getting onto this. So let me get into nutrition a little bit and talk about health, because it's one thing to be competent in something, but it's another thing to be credentialed in it.
Absolutely.
So I started the PhD program.
So why did you get into this in the first place?
Well, when I had my son back in 2007, I gained 85 pounds with him. And I was always a woman that was shapely, was pretty much in shape, have always like did the track, did the gym. And when I had my son, I couldn't shake the weight off. And I have a daughter.
How old were you at the time?
28. I was 28, and my daughter is 10 years older than my son, and like once I went to the gym, worked out, I bounced back really quick. But with my son, it just, that snapback didn't come, you know, right away. And so, but I also wasn't eating, you know, like I should. I was still eating as if I was pregnant. And so, you know, some things happened and I couldn't get that weight off. And so I just started looking at healthier options.
Yes.
And so that's how I stumbled upon juicing.
So how did you find out about it?
Well, I was using the naked drinks.
Oh, yes.
I was using the naked drinks, and then they had to be re-outfitted because they weren't as healthy as they were proclaiming to be. Because of all of the loaded sugars and things of that nature. And so a Masonic brother of mine was like, Jay, you can do that yourself. And so I just bought a bunch of fruit and vegetables and was blending them and juicing them and trying to find the right match, something that tastes good. Because, of course, if we're going to be doing something, you know, every day, we want it to taste good. We want it to be enjoyable. So it was a lot of trial and error. I made a lot of nasty concoctions. And so what I learned to do was stop going for the taste factor and go for the benefit factor.
The nutrition.
The nutrition, absolutely. And so I was able to come with some blends that taste really good, but also combated heart disease, also combated diabetes.
That's what I wanted to ask about. Heart disease and diabetes, you know, because people tell you there are only certain fruits you need to do when you're diabetic, or you have heart disease or kidney disease.
Absolutely.
That you shouldn't have this big intake of sugar.
Absolutely.
So what do you do about that, Jay?
Well, first, let me say I'm not a dietitian
Right.
or a nutritionist, but I can talk about what worked for me.
Okay.
And what worked for me in my over 80-pound weight loss, I was a person who had high cholesterol. And we live in a day and age where cancer is plastered everywhere, right? But cancer overshadows heart disease, which is the number one killer.
Number one.
Which is the number one killer. And so with me having high cholesterol, that precipitates heart failure.
Yes.
And heart disease and clogged arteries and things of that nature. So
Yeah,
I
and a
began
doctor
to...
told me you cannot feel your arteries hardening.
Exactly.
You can't feel it. It just does.
Exactly. And so I start looking at the benefits of ginger root. I start looking at heart healthy fruits like apples. And I started putting those mixtures together, knowing that ginger is an anti-inflammatory. It helps take the inflammation out. It lowers cholesterol. It slows blood sugar. And you also mentioned type 2 diabetes. So when you're looking at type 2 diabetes, that's something that can be reversed. And that's
Really?
something that can be reversed with diet and exercise.
Right.
And so when a client places an order with me, we have an area where it tells them to give us food allergies, any diagnosis, and if someone is diabetic, type 2 diabetic, we make their blends with lower glycemic fruit, which ones that's not going to do the sugar spikes. So we're going with the blackberry, the blueberry, the raspberries, and things of that nature.
Oh, well, that's good because those are the berries that are good.
Absolutely.
Those are the berries that are good. And tell me about apples.
Well, apples, of course, good fiber. You're going to get some vitamin C out of apples. They are heart healthy. Also, they're going to help to get those bowels moving because of the fiber. You know, the pear is a good fruit as well. And those are some of the fruits that I use. Well, it's natural sugar.
Okay.
So that's the difference. It's not the sugar that's been manipulated.
Right.
It's not the sugar that's processed and refined. And so, and then it's pretty much a high water content, which is what we need. A lot of people aren't drinking water. A lot of people are dehydrated. And this is something that I see with a lot of the clients that I work with in the social service realm. A lot of times I'm there talking to them and looking at all of these ailments, and I can't help myself, or I feel like I would be doing them a disservice by not telling them you need how much fruit do you have. And I look in refrigerators and it's no fruit, it's no vegetables.
Well, can something like the juicing or the products be a substitute for fruit?
Yes, because it's actual fruit.
Right.
But here's the thing. A lot of times when you're juicing, you're losing some of the fiber because it's being extracted. So you can blend it. And that's where your smoothies come in. With the smoothies, you're using the whole fruit. You're putting the whole fruit in there. So you're getting the skin, you're getting the fiber. All of that is blended in.
Well, do you do smoothies?
Absolutely. We do green smoothies as well. That's what my meal prep is. The Juicing with Jay meal prep are green smoothies, which are meal replacements. And so when you purchase an order from Juicing with Jay, you'll get a 5-day meal replacement or a 10-day meal replacement. The 5-day meal replacement is 10 meal replacements where you replace 2 of the meals with the juice, and then you eat a sensible meal and sensible snacking. And if you are a meat eater, a sensible meal would be salmon, chicken, baked chicken. I don't promote any pork or red meat. I also don't promote chicken either, but that's just me. But it would be, chicken, fish, turkey, grilled or baked, not fried, trying to eliminate all of the unhealthy practices that people do.
Right. So the smoothie is the green smoothie.
It's the green smoothie because we're using actual vegetables. We're juicing with or blending with spinach, kale, celery, cucumbers, and things of that nature.
How does that taste?
They taste amazing. They taste amazing because you're using the apple, which is a sweet fruit. You're using the pineapple. You're using
you put
peaches.
That in there with those things?
Absolutely. You're using the strawberry, blueberry, and some banana. All of those things, they taste really good. We're not adding agave. We're not adding honey. We're not adding any of that. And you're getting a nutritionally sound meal in a 16-ounce bottle.
Amazing.
And I lost over 80 pounds doing this in 6 months.
You must have been exercising your
I was
buns off, though.
no, 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 no. The first 18 pounds, no, the first 25 pounds that I lost in 18 days, I did no exercise. It was all done in the kitchen, all juice.
You didn't eat any
2 to 3
food?
liters of water, nothing but juice for those first 18 days.
But what about those people who do have, like, kidney disease or diabetes? Don't they have to eat?
Yeah, and those people should consult with their physician
Right.
before doing something as drastic as a detox.
Right.
But just to incorporate more fruits and vegetables in, they can do juice in between meals.
Right.
Pregnant
right.
women can do juice in between meals.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you can use it as a healthy snack. You're losing the weight when you use it as a meal replacement. Because that way you're not taking in calories. That's how you lose weight, is science. You take in a lot of calories, you're going to gain weight. You
Yeah.
don't take in as many calories, you're going to lose weight. But if you're not taking in as many calories and you're using good things that God gave us from the earth with the seed, you're going to lose. And you're going to give your body the nutrients that it needs.
Okay, what about colon flush? What is a colon flush?
Well, there are a lot of things on the market.
What is one? What is a colon flush?
Well, my colon flush, I can speak to mine.
Oh,
My
okay.
colon flush is natural substances used to get the bowels going. I just put something on Instagram last night that said you wouldn't believe how many people call me from the hospital to say I need your flush because I gotta poop before I leave, or Jay, I can't go. The doctor gave me something and it's not working. So a lot of people will call for my colon flush, and my colon flush is contains natural ingredients that contains fruit that help you go. When you eating fruit and you drinking water, you irrigating the colon and you're allowing things to push through. But I was saying, if you go to if you eat 3 meals a day and you only poop 2 times a week, that means that's 3 times 5, right? Which is 15 times 52 weeks, which means you have over like 760 meals that's still sitting in your colon that need to push through.
Wow.
And that's because people aren't having bowel movements as regularly as they should. When you think about a baby whose system hasn't been really manipulated because they hadn't had all of this processed food, they usually poop after they eat, right?
Yes.
We're supposed
yes.
to waste after we eat. Our body is supposed to get the nutrients it needs, and then we're supposed to waste what we don't. And a lot of times we're not doing that because we're inundating ourselves with fatty foods, processed sugar, dairy products, and it's causing things to just back up. A lot of the meat, it takes about a day for your body to fully digest the food that you took in this morning. You're not really going to waste that until tomorrow. So your body, it comes into that pipeline and it gets stuck because you're not defecating.
Now, how often do you recommend that people do a colon flush?
Well, I don't recommend it often, but you have some people who have irritable bowel syndrome and other
IBS.
Exactly, and other issues that cause them to have impacted bowels and things of that nature. Once you start eating better, and this is what I tell people, I have a beginner's bundle which comes with a colon flush and a 5-day meal replacement. Once you do that flush all the bad stuff out and start putting the good stuff in, you pretty much reset yourself to now when you're eating healthier and you're eating whole foods that your body is going to digest it how it should. You're not going to overeat, which causes it to get backed up.
Right.
And you should have a smoother transition. So I may do a flush 8 to 12 weeks. That's me. But I have some client, I won't sell a client one if it's been less than 6 weeks. They have to, in writing, tell me it's for a mother, it's for a relative, it's for a friend. Because what happens is, because all of that waste is actually extracted, the benefit to it is weight loss. So somebody will take a colon flush, lose 8 pounds, like, oh, I lost 8 pounds, let me go back and get another one. You can't come back to get another one because there's nothing left in there.
Right.
Especially if you've been eating well.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And people should have if they're eating meals, should do 3 a day, or shouldn't they?
What meals?
Meals, if they're eating meals.
Well,
I don't know,
that's
because
what
I don't eat 3 meals a day a lot of times.
neither do I. I may eat one sensible meal, and a sensible meal for me is like leafy greens. I may have like asparagus. I may have some collard greens, and if I'm eating fish that month or that week, a small piece of salmon. But I eat one meal, and I drink 2 juices a day, a smoothie or a juice, and then I'm eating whole fruit, so I'm not hungry. But that's me. You have to condition yourself.
Right.
You have to condition
Right.
yourself.
It's just like if you say you're going to get on an exercise bike and you try and do 30 minutes off the top, and you cannot do that. People have to, their body, you have to pace yourself
Absolutely.
and adjust. Now, what are ginger shots?
Well, ginger shots is pretty much the same as the actual juice. It's whole root ginger root that you can get from a farmer's market or a grocery store, and you put it in a juicer, and it extracts the juice. And most people put a little bit of lime, or I use lemon and fresh ginger, and you take it as a shot. It's in like a 2-ounce bottle, so that's why it's called a shot.
What's good about it?
Ginger is a healing spice that has been used for centuries. It lowers blood sugar levels. It speeds the metabolism up. It's been tested in obese mice, and it has shown the ones that has given the ginger
Really?
shed weight. So, and then too, it's an anti-inflammatory. It's good for people who are nauseous. Ginger is good. Ginger is in Vernors. Remember back in the day,
Yeah,
parents thought
yeah.
ginger ale
Wait, I'm gonna
soothed
tell
everything.
You know,
so,
for some reason, the last year I've been getting diet Vernors. You know, because I think as you get older, and you're so young, but as you get older, sometimes your digestive system does change.
absolutely.
And so I get worried about getting acid indigestion.
Acid reflux.
And reflux. And so I said, well, if I get me some Vernors, I can burp it out, you know. But I'm not really a big fan of Vernors.
Okay.
But I do drink it
For that reason.
Yeah.
So, and ginger helps to settle the stomach. It's also an amazing spice to use during the cold season because it heats your body up to help, fight off disease. So it's a really good spice to use. I use ginger and turmeric. All of the products that I use, you see real fruit, you see real vegetables. It's nothing that you have to decode. Is no crazy names that you have to go to a dictionary to look up. If you get a carrot bomb from me, your carrot bomb is going to say carrot, apple, ginger, turmeric, nothing else.
Right.
Because that's all that's used. And that's how we have to be. We have to be more cognizant with reading labels and what we're putting in our body.
Absolutely, because, a lot of times, especially in our community, in some of the, neighborhoods, they have that party store.
Absolutely.
And I've seen people go in and all they get are chips and juice. A pop, chips and pop, and they're selling little over-the-counter stuff and
Loaded in sugar.
Loaded
in preservatives.
Yes.
Over-processed. And my goal with my clients is just to help them make the transition to eating healthier. In addition to the eating component, we have a fitness component. Like right now, we're doing a 90-day workout challenge. We're on day 14, no days off. Every day doing at least 45 minutes of exercise. You go at your pace. 45 minutes, you go at your pace, whether it's 45 minutes on a treadmill, whether it's 45 minutes at home with you doing a combination of jumping jacks, sit-ups, running in place. You go at your pace. We give the Biggest Loser, my husband and I, $300. It's $0 to enter. Our last Biggest Loser lost 38 pounds. The one before that, 32 pounds. And this is natural weight loss done with a combination of good nutrients, good nutrition, and exercise.
Right. And you have some exercise wear, fitness wear now.
Absolutely. I have your sauna suits, the sweatsuits that you can put on that's going to help you perspire when you're working out. I have the body shredders, the waist shredders.
Wait, body shredders.
Yep, it's a full component of a material made with neoprene, which helps you to sweat, and so you work out in it. Back in the day, people used to use the saran wrap, or they would put the garbage bag on.
Yeah, people would tell me
Yeah.
about putting saran wrap around you
Yeah.
and try and sweat it out.
And you create this inferno, but now they have the actual suits that you can put on, so you're not, looking crazy walking around with a garbage bag. Because I was one of the people who cut the head out and would put the garbage bag on and hit the Cody track and walk that track and get that weight off.
Really?
Absolutely.
So this is your line now?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm proud of you. That's
Yep.
wonderful.
Yep, it's
That
the
is
Juicing with
wonderful.
Jay.
So how do people contact you?
Well, first they can start by downloading the Juicing with Jay app. And that's juicing, JUICING, with the whole word WITH, and J is spelled JAI. They can download the Juicing with Jay app. They can reach me on all social sites: Facebook Juicing with Jay, Twitter Juicing with Jay, Instagram Juicing with Jay.
If you have any questions, we have a few more minutes. 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, or 868-4336. So the ginger shots, that sounds real good. The meal replacements, I'm still trying to get a hold of that. That means replacing all your meals?
No, that means you're replacing 2 of your meals with juice or with smoothies, green smoothies, and you're eating 1 sensible meal. And the green smoothies are like 300 calories and under. So if you look at
Really?
it,
But it
absolutely.
fills you up.
But
It
they're
makes you
filling.
feel-
They are so filling. People are like, oh my God, Jay, I didn't even get my 1 meal in because those smoothies are so filling. But I still encourage them to eat. I still
Right.
encourage them to chew because that helps with digestion. So you're doing 2 green smoothies, 1 meal, and you're snacking on whole foods in between: fruit, celery, cucumber, nuts. You can have almonds, you can have
nuts,
pistachios.
right.
Exactly. So, I'm sorry. You can have some actual real food. A lot of people think when you say juicing or blending the green smoothies that's all they're eating. No. Now, if you're going on a liquid detox and you're only consuming juice or smoothies, then that's something different. But the meal replacements, I want people to get in the mindset of not overeating, because a lot of times we do that.
Right.
But I want them to still enjoy a dish and then also incorporate your fruits and vegetables in smoothie or juice form.
Wow. I mean, tell me, do you have the recommendations, just what you told me, do you have that on your website?
On the website, each item that we sell is listed, and each item gives a brief description of what that item does, how much it costs, and whether or not we ship it. Most people start with the beginner's bundle, so there is something on
What
there.
is in that beginner's bundle again?
The beginner's bundle comes with your colon flush, and it comes with 10 meal replacements.
Okay. So you have to do that colon flush.
You don't have to.
Okay.
That colon flush is also sold independently. It's also sold with some of the detox bundles. Or you can just strictly get juice. You can strictly go on the site to order ginger shots. You can go on the site to order a 6-pack of apple ginger. You can go on there to order your celery and cucumber, which is going to help with the liver and kidney, flushing that. So it's an array of products. We
Yes.
have detox waters. We have pineapple waters. So it's an array of products listed at www.juicingwithjay.com.
This is wonderful. Remember, Jay is JAI. JAI. That's so important. And they come in this size. Do you have any other sizes?
We have 32-ounce bottles as well.
Oh, okay.
But most of your 6-packs are going to come in 16 ounces.
Right.
If you get a bottled detox, which is a 3-day green smoothie, those are also going to come in 16-ounce bottles, in which you're replacing each meal with one of those 16-ounce bottles and eating fresh fruit and vegetables in between.
It seems like it
hungry.
would be difficult to drink 16 ounces of a smoothie.
Really?
I mean, that's a lot of fiber, a lot of stuff, isn't it? I don't know.
It's easier than eating a plate of food or a bowl of food.
I guess you're right. You're right about that. You are right about that.
Especially when
I
they're
can't
bringing
wait
out
to-
all of the bread. Yeah, I want you to taste
I
it.
cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm not a dairy person at all.
I don't use any dairy products.
Right.
I don't
right.
use any dairy products. And because we appeal to
Talk
vegans
about-
and vegetarians,
And talk about dairy with my audience real quick.
again, I'm not a dietitian.
Right,
I can
right.
only speak to why I don't consume as much, because I haven't totally let go real cheese. I have been dabbling with the vegan cheese here lately, because I'm trying to become totally dairy free, and I'm not there yet as far as with what I cook with. But you know, the mucus, and then too, like, I posted something on Instagram that said you wouldn't drink milk from a dog, from the dog's breast. You wouldn't drink milk from a sheep or a goat, but you'll drink the milk from a cow. You know, we produce our own, so we are supposed to consume what we produce. So I don't do dairy because of the mucus is high in acid.
Well, this has been very, very, very informative. I want to thank you for coming, and it's good to meet face to face.
Finally,
Yes,
finally.
meet face to face. Because last year I tried to get her on my show. She was working and all of that. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I was contacted about it. And once again, juicingwithjay.com. And let's get healthy.
Let's get healthy.
Thank you so much, and stay tuned for Table Talk. We'll be back in just a moment. This is